Welcome back, friends. Today we're diving into a cozy kitchen adventure, cooking chickens under buckets. This is a rustic dish with roots in old European countryside traditions, where families would slow-cook chickens in a simple way, letting all the flavors meld under a lid. Did you know that the method of cooking chickens under buckets dates back to the 18th century? It was a clever way for rural families to roast a whole bird evenly without a modern oven. Simple, ingenious, and full of flavor. Back then, families would cover the chicken with a large metal or ceramic lid, trapping the heat and steam. This technique kept the meat tender while infusing it with herbs and butter, a trick passed down through generations. What's fascinating is that this dish was often cooked on open hearths or in brick ovens. The bucket acted like an early version of a Dutch oven, showing how resourceful cooks were with what they had at hand. Some say each family had its own signature bucket or lid. The slight differences in size or material subtly changed the cooking time and flavor, making each meal unique. Beyond practicality, this method carried a social meaning. Families would gather while the chicken cooked, sharing stories and laughter. The dish became more than food, it was a centerpiece for connection. Over time, the recipe traveled across Europe, adapting to local herbs and spices. In some regions, they'd add root vegetables under the chicken, letting them soak up all the savory juices, a true one-pot comfort meal. And here's a fun fact. Some chefs experiment with different materials for the bucket to tweak flavors, just as families did centuries ago. Cooking under a lid isn't just practical, it's a storytelling tradition on a plate. If you love this journey into the heart of a family kitchen, don't forget to subscribe. Join us for more stories, flavors, and little kitchen secrets passed down through generations. While I'm here carving sticks for cooking, my wife is busy preparing a special sauce for the chicken. The aroma already hints at the flavors to come. This is teamwork at its finest in the kitchen. Now let's talk marinade. The secret to juicy, flavorful chicken often starts with acidic ingredients like lemon juice or yogurt. They tenderize the meat while adding depth to the taste. Herbs are another magic touch. Thyme, rosemary, and garlic create that classic aroma that instantly makes a kitchen feel like home. Don't be afraid to crush them slightly to release their oils. One life hack: marinate the chicken overnight if you can. It allows the flavors to penetrate deeply, making each bite tender and rich with taste. I'm sticking the poles into the ground like this, making sure they're stable. This step is crucial because it will hold the chickens upright while they cook evenly. Next, I'm gathering some fern leaves to lay between the poles. Not just decorative, these leaves help keep the chicken from sticking and add a subtle, earthy aroma. Now comes the fun part, skewering the chickens onto the poles. It's a little ritual, almost like setting up a tiny sculpture garden, but one you can eat. Once all the chickens are in place, we cover them with the buckets. This traps the heat and steam, creating tender, juicy meat without drying anything out. Top it off with a layer of fern on the buckets. It keeps the buckets clean, adds flavour, and gives that rustic, woodland touch that makes this dish so special. Life hack. If you don't have fern, large cabbage leaves or banana leaves work just as well. They protect, flavour, and keep the moisture locked in. Now I'm just covering everything with hay. This layer will keep the heat gentle and even, and in a moment, we'll light the fire. It's that perfect rustic touch that makes the cooking feel alive. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes kitchen moments, follow us on Instagram. We share more tips, stories, and little secrets from our family table every week. Right now, my wife is peeling and chopping nuts, getting them ready to toast with milk. This simple step will turn into a creamy, nutty sauce that pairs perfectly with the chicken. Fun fact, using milk to roast nuts softens them slightly and brings out their natural sweetness, creating a sauce that's rich without being heavy. Life hack. Lightly toast the nuts first to intensify the flavour, then slowly add the milk and stir. Patience here makes the difference between good and unforgettable. All right, the sauce is ready and the chickens have finished cooking. The moment we've been waiting for is about to happen, taking them out from under the buckets. Life hack. Lift the bucket slowly to let the steam escape gently. This keeps the meat juicy and avoids any sudden splatter from the hot condensation. Notice how the skin has turned golden and crisp. This is the magic of slow cooking under a lid, keeping all the flavors sealed inside. Finally, the moment has arrived. We get to taste the chicken. The aroma alone tells you it's going to be incredible, tender and full of flavor. If you're enjoying this kitchen adventure, don't forget to subscribe. Follow us for more recipes, stories, and little family cooking secrets you won't want to miss. Today we're diving into something truly special, baked cow's neck in the oven. This dish has been passed down in many families across Eastern Europe for generations. If you're loving this journey into family flavors and slow-cooked traditions, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Cow's neck has been a humble hero in kitchens across Eastern Europe for centuries. Farmers and families would use every part of the animal, and the neck, tough but flavorful, became a staple in slow-cooked dinners. In the 18th century, it was common in rural households, especially during winter months. Families would roast it for hours, letting the meat become tender, filling homes with rich, comforting aromas. Interestingly, each region had its own twist. Some would stuff it with herbs, others braise it in wine or broth. The recipe evolved with each family, becoming a symbol of home and tradition. In Italy, a similar cut called coda di manzo was cooked in slow sauces, while in France, the neck would appear in hearty stews. Across Europe, it was valued for being economical yet incredibly flavorful. One interesting fact, in some traditions the neck was believed to carry strength from the animal, giving those who ate it endurance and vitality. A simple superstition, yet it shows the cultural weight food held. Meanwhile, my wife has already started preparing the dough, and she will carefully shape it into beautiful rose-shaped buns. Watching her work is like seeing a small miracle unfold, flour, butter, and love coming together. Did you know that the tradition of shaping dough into flowers goes back centuries? In Europe, bakers wanted bread to be both nourishing and visually stunning, especially for festivals and holidays when presentation mattered as much as taste. In France, they called it pain en fleur, a bread that looked like a blossoming flower, while in Eastern Europe, families would make rose-shaped buns for weddings or festive tables, symbolizing prosperity, beauty, and the hope for a joyful life. Some bakers would even hide little treasures inside the dough like nuts, dried fruits, or sweet fillings, so that each bite could surprise and delight loved ones. Now my wife is gently dusting the freshly baked rose buns with powdered sugar. This simple step transforms them from beautiful to irresistible, adding a delicate sweetness that melts in your mouth. And now comes the best part. savouring a steaming cup of fragrant tea with our freshly baked rose buns. The warm, sweet aroma fills the air, and each bite feels like a little moment of magic. Well, the cow's neck is finally done. Just look at that golden tender roast. It smells incredible. If you're enjoying this culinary journey with us, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more family tradition and flavor waiting. And here we are, enjoying our meal while soaking in the breathtaking mountain view. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope these stories and flavors bring a little warmth to your own table.